All right, there we are. Good morning, everyone. Today is warm-up day 65. Let's come up into our spaces. You ready, Kiki? You ready? I know. Let's begin, shall we, Kiki? All right, so let's begin today as ourselves, which is a good way to start. And so we'll begin as ourselves in our own spaces. So first, just standing there comfortably and beginning to take in. Kiki says hello, Valerie. To really take in the space that you're in, which is a space you're probably very familiar with, a space that you have likely been working in, living in, getting to know more in these past 3 or so months, ways that you maybe didn't expect to. And you can begin to move through your space as yourself, in your space. Which is to say that it's not about being, it's not about a performance, it's not about moving in a specific way. It's you moving through your space with an interest in what is here. And so with that interest, that curiosity, you can deal with things, you can pick things up. You can touch things. You can put things away if you feel like, well, this pillow should really be on the couch. But there's nothing strange about it. There's nothing performative about it. If you pick up the keyboard, you do so because you have a curiosity about the keyboard, and you really take a moment to take it in, to look at it. Again, it doesn't have to be in a strange way, like, oh, the caress of this keyboard fills me to my loins. Unless it does, in which case feel free to let that keyboard move and activate you so early in the morning. You might even choose to sit down, lie down, come to stillness altogether. You have an interest now in being yourself in this space. You can at any point decide to just come to stillness and take in whatever it is that you see. And then at any point after that, you can begin to move, and something might take your interest: a candlestick, a plant, an errant coaster, may decide to deal with that in some way. And you register the feeling of that object, its tactile qualities. Perhaps it smells. Perhaps it tastes. I don't know. And as you continue to be yourself in your room, in your space, bringing some awareness onto your breath, and you might come across something that, oh, I can't believe this is, I've been looking for this. And you might have an impulse to sigh on breath. But not doing it just because I'm encouraging a sigh, but that there is something in your breath, a response that yearns to be released, expressed. So what I'm not advocating is picking up something, sighing, putting it down, picking up something else, sighing, putting it down, right? I have no interest in doing that mechanized, mindless one. But if you do feel the need to sigh with relief, or sigh with another feeling, you can begin to explore that. And if you're not sighing, then perhaps you continue to allow some of your awareness to be on the incoming and outgoing breath. As you allow the breath to perhaps deepen your connection to and interest and exploration of the world around you. Touch is a very interesting sense, as is smell, as is sight. And you may even begin to feel the urge to speak to whatever it is that you're exploring. On something as simple as a touch of sound. I didn't know it had this much complexity to it. Or a hum. Interested hum. Who's going to clean all this up, I wonder? As you realize that that is what's going to happen. No. But again, it's not just making sound, not just, oh, hey, which would do something for you, I am sure. But that you give yourself the permission, the allowance, to now, in your exploration of self, in your exploration of what's around you, to allow your voice to aid in the expression of this. Huh. Okay. Ah. It may be little things. Oh, there you are. I didn't know I put you over here. You may be able to begin to speak to these things in more complicated or complex thoughts. I'll use you later. Okay, yeah. I haven't read this yet. So continuing now in this exploration, allowing all of your sensorial capacities to draw you towards something, to deal with something in some way, caressing it, seeing it, smelling it, allowing the senses of that to drop in with the incoming breath. And there may be some outward expression of that through breath, through your voice. Oh. And now, beginning to let your sense of self go out past what is immediately around you. So maybe it's to the outer edges of your room, which you may be able to traverse through and get towards, or you may not, because there may be something blocking you. Let your sense of self now radiate upwards and outwards. And you may not be able to actually reach what you see, but your body can now begin to stretch and reach for that. If only I could touch this oscillating fan. I probably wouldn't have fingers anymore, but it would be so interesting. Ah. So you're now beginning to reach, to stretch your body out into the next ring of consciousness? Is it consciousness? I don't know. Perhaps beginning to stretch out through the windows. Ah, if only I could reach those luscious green leaves. Ah, they would be so wonderful. That ceiling, all those cracks. If I could patch those cracks in the ceiling. Ha 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 ha! So the game, as it were, is to move out, 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 out. Imagining whatever it is that might give you as you touch it, as you taste it, as you smell it, as you caress it, letting that drop into you with an incoming breath and expressing back out in some way, on a sigh, on a touch of sound, on a declaration, on a question. Ah! And now beginning to let your sense of self come back inwards to your own space. And then bringing it now back as you come to the stillness that is comfortable to you, back to your own body. And you can keep your eyes open, and as you begin to now bring your sense of self to your own body, noticing the wealth of interesting limbs and things that protrude out of you. And you may feel the impulse to pick up one of your arms. Pick it up, hold it in your other arm. Smell it, see it, touch it, maybe taste it, you dare. Oh. Maybe express back to that part of your body. Maybe it's the leg. If you pick it up, it might need to be with both arms, both hands. So really be interested in your own body, in dealing with it, in taking it in. Oh, what a great leg you are. Hello, leg. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, hello, thigh. Good morning. You can find anyway, I'm really, this is a real riff I'm doing here. So you can find different ways to, just as you were a moment ago, dealing with and taking in what's around you, you're now dealing with what's immediately around you, which is your body. Hello, fingers. Oh, shoulder. Ah. You might feel the caress of your arms as though they're giving you a warm and comforting hug. And again, it's not humming because we hum to feel resonance. It's delicious, warm, that feels so good. Which is why we often do that one. Oh, as I bring my hands to my lower back. Oh, hello, ice cream. That's where you've gone. Good morning. And you will be met by the chocolate cream pie I made last night. Good morning, neck. Oh. Now you don't have to be where I'm at. You explore your body to however you want to explore. Whatever expression comes out through you vocally, let it happen. You might choose to make it the thing that is always happening, which is that vibrational expression, or you might just choose to see when your body wants to express. Oh. then eventually bring your attention even closer in to the insides of you, which hopefully you can't see with your actual eyes. If so, please seek help immediately. Something has gone terribly wrong in this warm-up if you can see your actual insides. But see if you can imagine now, if you let your eyes close, the inner spaces, the complex structure of bone, of your skull, the inner hollows of your face, the soft, spongy tongue, throat walls, the spaces inside of your neck and throat, down into your chest, the ribs, that floating structure of your ribs and your spine coming down from the base of your skull, down through your torso. And any time that you want to express out through your voice or your breath, please feel free to do so. Your body, mind's eye, however, it continues to look down through your middle, through your belly, into those organs and stomach, which may or may not be full of breakfast, through your pelvis, the bony basket of your pelvis, through your hip sockets, through your legs, through the bones of your thighs and the muscles around those bones, through your knees and those joints, down through your lower legs, bones, the muscles, down through your ankle joints, through your feet, through your toes. And you may get some sensation that yearns to manifest through a sigh, or a hum. How comforting it is to register my breakfast. Or, I can taste the breakfast that is about to enter that stomach. And now I actually feed in that sigh. Feel that sigh and that resonance reverberating through those inner spaces. Pay attention to where you feel that resonance in your body, in the hollow spaces, in the bones. It's a loose one. So yes, we're formalizing it more as you're becoming in dialogue with me. Let it be free. How easy could this be? You could think into the bones of your skull, and you could gently let that skull begin to fall forward. You could bring your feet somewhat under your hip sockets if they're not already, or shoulders, and let the weight of your head start to take you down through your spine, letting each one of those vertebrae unpin themselves. Calibrating your weight over your feet. Feeling and paying attention to those vibrations in your body. And maybe your arms touch the floor. And if you can feel the floor, don't ignore it. Pay attention to the feeling. Maybe it's a lush, plush carpet, or a soft, silky wood floor, or hard wood floor. And with the feeling of that, the feeling of your spine released to gravity, feet in and let go of the deep down sigh of relief. And again. And then as you're there, just begin a soft and easy bounce of your knees. And as you bounce in your knees, you're going to let the sound get bounced through your body. And then you'll keep this soft, lush, and plush bounce of your knees as you slowly come up to standing, letting the plushness perhaps of your carpet come up with you if you have that underneath you. And as if you could, coming all the way up, as if you could bring that plushness from maybe your carpet or just the softness of your knees to your lips. And if you don't have that plush carpet underneath you, perhaps you remembered from earlier picking up and caressing something that was plush and lush like a pillow. And that's the feeling that's bouncing through your knees, coming to your lips on that hum. Maybe you decide to actually pick up something in your room that has that lush or plush quality to it. Just let that sensorially and tactically come into you. And then you're going to return that lushness and plushness back to the room. Still with the soft knee bounce. And as if you still were holding that pillow towards your belly or towards your middle. Releasing it out. So the thought now is it's if we still had the pillow, we're clutching it to the belly, Bringing it to our lips on the hum and then releasing it out. And now the feeling of that. And now let that knee bounce just gently fade away. Feet in a sigh. Is that plushness and lushness still alive inside of you and in your voice? Ha ha. Ha. Gently bring your fingers now into your jaw. And maybe there's some part of your room that you were dealing with earlier that you can see that is has some sort of opening. I see over here my entertainment center and the sort of doors that open and close. So I'm going to take that thought of that opening and closing, that locking door, and seeing if I can unlock. Hello, Mary. Hello. Seeing if I can unlock the hinges of my own jaw. And if you want a real tactile sense of that, then I encourage you to go over to that place in your room that has the door. Feeling that opening and closing of the hinge, and if it's well oiled, you'll feel how easy it is. Could you bring that into your jaw? Could your jaw open and close, be as oiled and free as those hinges are? And then when you're ready to clear the phlegm in your throat, when you're ready to, let that go. And then gently take a hold of your jaw, and then as a check to see if that jaw is as oiled as the door of your entertainment center, perhaps, if you have one. Feet in a sigh up and over the roof of your mouth, and shake your jaw loose. And now let your eyes fall on something. It might be something that you were playing with, dealing with, caressing earlier in your space. It might be something new. And as you let that drop into you, into your middle, it becomes a feeling, it becomes a sigh, it becomes vibration that you sigh back to what you see. And then just to check that your jaw is free, you'll shake your jaw loose. And let your eyes fall and see something else, fall to something else. Your eyes pick up on something else that interests you. Seeing something else, and really not just seeing and breathing, but letting whatever it is that you see outside of you be breathed into you. Feeling the jaw, feeling the freedom in your jaw. Yes, the hinge experience. It's the hinge experience, Mary. Let that hinge experience of your hinge being well oiled. And now your eyes fall to something new. And by new, it just means new in this moment. And something new is the comment from Mary that I'm now looking at. So that, for me, is what I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to yawn that in. So a big smiling sigh, which goes down to my middle. I'm breathing that in. As I sigh out through that yawning space, I will stretch and relax my tongue twice. Mary, I hope you take this in the spirit of playfulness that it's meant. So it's the exchange of the outside world coming in with the incoming breath. And then it's the feeling that comes out through you, from you, through that space. And then maybe as if you could taste it with your tongue, reach it with your tongue. Yes, Mary Conway is my cohort in this warm-up today. So, as if you could taste it, reach it with your tongue. You'll stretch, relax your tongue twice, 3 times, however it moves you. And then your eyes pick up on something else with the desire to reach that with your tongue. And maybe it's not just a reach with the tongue, but the tongue is aiding, that tongue stretch is aiding in that outward expression of how it is that that thing that you're seeing moves you, does to you, changes you, fills you. I wonder how that bag of rubber bands tastes as I stretch and relax my tongue. Your attention may go to something now that is outside of this sphere, outside of your room, in the backyard. And you might be filled with the desire to also stretch and yawn your body. And I would encourage, after that, whatever your final tongue stretch is, to let your body also relax. And don't lose the connection to yourself. That is, it might be very tempting to just hear me, make the sound, stretch and relax your tongue, which will give you something undoubtedly. But to stay connected to whatever it is that that incoming breath gives you, feeds you, and then expressing back out to the side, stretching, relaxing your tongue. And let that go, and take a moment to recall all of those things that you were breathing in, sighing back to with thought, feeling, energy. And I don't know what that feeling is for you. It might be the feeling of, oh my gosh, all of these things that I need to put away. How have they been out for weeks and weeks? And if your attention maybe goes outside, oh, how much I long to be outside, even though it's going to be a really hot day today. Now bring your thought back into your room. Bring your thought back into you. Now, if you were to now bring your attention to your soft palate, as if there's a little light switch that you're going to flick on and off, you'll breathe in and out on a whispered cough. Letting your eyes stay closed, the attention still being very much inward. So it might start rather small. Just turning that light switch on and off. And as that light switch now becomes more like a dimmer switch that you can begin to calibrate on your own, you begin to let more breath come in. You begin to let your eyes start to open. Breathing in, breathing what's inside of you out. Breathing what's outside of you in. Breathing what's inside of you out. And what's outside of you in. And inside of you out. And then relax. Just let that go. Feel the benefit that that's given you, hopefully, in your soft palate, this sense of space in your throat. And now, again, bringing your attention back inward as you lengthen your neck up and back. The attention goes to the inner parts of your throat, the big open spaces of your chest, the open spaces of your torso, and even down to your pelvis and hip sockets. So really first, just feel that space. Letting the breath come in and out through your... It's a very open tube of a channel. And just sighing up on breath. It's an open, echoey, acoustic wonder. And now, as if you are in your own acoustical room, an opera house, a Sistine Chapel,
a cavern, a cave, whatever it is. You're just going to begin because you know no one else is there to check out. Do I have an echo? Ah. What would it be to try it out, to let your voice now reverberate through this space? Ah. It might surprise you. Ah. Ha, 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 ha. Ah. Ha. May delight you. There's just you, but your voice in this acoustical wonder of the cavern, of the chapel, of the opera house of your chest echoes back and reverberates back to you. There's more of you. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Ah. And there's more of you in the sense that you feel more of you in the bones of your body. You don't actually see multiple versions of you. If so, this warm-up has gone south. Please seek medical attention. Seek psychiatric help. No, you feel the reverberations of yourself in yourself. There's many, 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 many chest resonant yous. And maybe you decide to, with loose fists, thump those multiple yous through the ribs of you. You're not alone. Never alone with your chest resonance. All right. Come up on your neck. Picture the spaces in your mouth. And now, while you might have a different sense of those spaces, that is, they are not the wide open cavern of your chest, what sort of dome, Sistine Chapel ceiling, wide open field, what sort of sense do you get in your mouth resonator today? And as you picture those spaces, because it's just you, you will play with the possibility of letting your voice come into those spaces. Ah. And there's more than one voice there. It's reverberating, it's creating more of your voice in these spaces of your mouth. Ah. Ah. And multiple mouth resonant U's are bouncing around your mouth. Ah. And you can feel that in different ways with your palms or the backs of your hands with your knuckles. Ah. Ah. So there's many mouth resonant U's, there's many chest resonant U's. Now you can leave your head in its configuration if you'd like, or you can lengthen your neck forward, let the tip of the tongue rest behind the bottom teeth and the front blade of it fall forward slightly. But again, picture the spaces in your mouth. Your throat stays open. Just because we lengthen forward here does not mean we close those spaces. And there is still space in your torso, in the cavern of your torso, all the way down to your pelvic floor. And you're going to picture that resonant wall. Well, wall seems very impenetrable. It might not be a wall, but that resonant, bony horseshoe, lucky horseshoe that it is, of your teeth. Because you found your own lucky horseshoe, you're going to let the vibrations of your voice, of your teeth resonance, be pinged and zinged in this resonant teeth lucky horseshoe. You could bring a finger onto this horseshoe, or you could even make a horseshoe with your fingers and bring that horseshoe to the horseshoe of your teeth resonator and feel those zingy, pingy, tingy, wingy vibrations. And as luck would have it, you are full of lucky vibrations today. That luck, your luck just seems to multiply and grow. You keep your throat open, of course. Closing the throat will completely cut your luck off. Closing your throat is like walking under a ladder. Don't do it. Take those lucky vibrations to your mouth. And take those down to your chest. And check in with what you feel right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. And can you let whatever it is that you feel now come through these quickly multiplying chest resonant vibrations? And you come up on your neck. Notice how you feel. Can you let however it is that you feel come into your mouth resonance? And your eyes can be open to the world. You can breathe in what you see around you into your middle and let the outgoing sigh, which is now these very quickly multiplying mouth resonant vibrations, be filled with whatever it is that you are experiencing in this moment. And then leaving your neck there or lengthening your neck forward, noticing how you feel, and letting that feeling come through your teeth. And then from your teeth to your mouth to your chest, your lucky teeth to your mouth to your chest, letting the feeling of that move through your resonators. reversing it. And it's not just sound, it's the feeling, whatever it is that you're experiencing, your experience in these resonators. Now come up on your neck and let the feeling of whatever it is that you experience come through a hey. Loose open hey. Hey. Maybe you realize what it is that, that you're feeling this moment, which is phlegm for me. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. And then come back to that easy bounce of your knees. Hey. Could be 3. I did 3, could be 1. I'm totally improvising right now. I'm totally making this up. But I'm just going to allow that hey as I continue to take in whatever it is that I see, drop into my middle. The feeling of that comes back out to the world on this triad fifth of a hey. And I'm just letting my knees bounce to help me free it through my body. And then shake it through your body. Hey. Hey, hey. Hey. And back into you. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Hey, it's been an hour. I was waiting for that moment. Take a moment to take stock, to go inward, to notice the shifts that have manifested through this warm-up. If you want, you can speak a few lines of text, or in whatever language is most immediate to you, say, I feel, and however it is that you feel in this moment. I feel upright. I feel my skin. I feel expanded. All right. So that is our warm-up for today. These epic hour-long warm-ups that I'm taking you on. There we are. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.